All right, Shalom, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kal Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha, Rakah, Radash, Ramah. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS. Salutations to the sincere Akim, pushing his truth and sincerity around the four corners of this earth. I'm the Karat Ban Yasharala, coming out of the Lions Den camp of Yasharala, located here in Jacksonville, Florida. Now today, I'll be coming out with another little short lesson, a little quick hit. I won't be before you too long. But without further ado, I'm going to get right to the scriptures. This is Sirach chapter 6. I'm going to start at verse 27. It says, "Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. And when thou hast gotten hold of her," so like it, when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. Now, search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. It's talking about wisdom. You search and you seek for the wisdom of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. If you search for her, she will be made known unto you. You got to diligently search. And once you have gotten a hold to this wisdom, you don't let it go. Because when the scriptures refer to her, search and seek, or she, when it says she or her, it's talking about wisdom. In this instance right here, it's talking about wisdom. So again, search and seek, meaning you look for, you find out, you dig. Search and seek, and she shall be made known unto thee. So feel, wisdom shall be made known unto you. The Heavenly Father will open your mind up so that you can understand and know what he's talking about in this word. And when thou hast got hold of her, let her not go. And once you get a grasp of this wisdom and you've gotten a hold of her, don't let this wisdom go. Don't let it go for nothing in the world, because this wisdom is very precious. She is very precious. Sophia is very precious unto you in this truth. Sophia will keep you alive, quite literally. It'll keep you out of trouble. She'll teach you how to deal with situations and everything. But continuing. Verse 28, it says, "For at the last thou shalt find her rest." So like it, for at the last thou shalt find her rest, and that shall be turned to thy joy. See, for at the last, when you finally search and seek, and you find, for at the last, it's going to be turned into to rest. This wisdom will be turned into rest later on down the road. And in that you shall find joy. Your rest will also be turned into joy. Joy of what? Of having an understanding of the Heavenly Father's word, his will, his wisdom. Knowing what he is speaking of and what he's talking about. That's a joy. And also this wisdom, these scriptures of the Heavenly Father, is also rest for your soul. Verse 29, it says, "Then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee, her chains a rope of glory." See, once you find this wisdom, the fetters mean like cuffs, chains. It's going to be a defense for you. This wisdom is going to be a defense for you. It says, "Then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee." This wisdom is going to defend you. And her chains is a rope of glory, meaning just to know, adorn yourself with this wisdom. To know the wisdom of the Heavenly Father, adorn yourself with her. This wisdom is a defense. As a matter of fact, I'm going to get that real quick before I continue. I'm not going to do too much roughly paraphrasing this today on this occasion. This is Ecclesiastes, Salakia, chapter 7, verse 11. It says, "Wisdom is good with an inheritance, and by there is profit to them that see the sun." See, wisdom is good with an inheritance. We have an inheritance in this truth. We have an inheritance in Yahweh Yahweh Shai. And to have wisdom of that inheritance is good. It's good with the inheritance of the blessing of the kingdom. And by it there is profit to those who see the sun, those who are alive and walking around. Verse 12, my point. It says, "For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it." See, wisdom is a defense. Now, let's go back to verse 29 of Sirach chapter 6. It says, "Then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe Salakia, of glory." Wisdom, this is what it's talking about. It's talking about wisdom. It says here in Ecclesiastes chapter 7, "For wisdom is a defense, says money is a defense as well. Well, the spiritual money is a defense as well. Also, I would say. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. See, the excellency of knowledge is the wisdom of the knowledge. It giveth life unto those who have it. This wisdom will protect you. It'll make you alive quite literally. Well, spiritually. Let's go back to Sirach. Again, this is verse 29. It says, then shall her fetters be a strong defense for thee, and her chains a robe of glory. Verse 30. For there is a golden ornament upon her, and her bands are purple lace. This wisdom is very valuable. It's good for you. Verse 31. Thou shalt put her on as a robe of honor. You put on this wisdom. You take this wisdom into your la'ab, your heart, and you dwell on it. And shalt put her about thee as a crown of joy. This wisdom is like a robe of honor and a crown of joy. You wear this wisdom like a robe of honor and a crown of joy. This wisdom is good for you. Verse 32. My son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. See, if you will be taught. Taught the Heavenly Father's word, taught his wisdom. And if you apply your mind to it, put your mind to it, to this wisdom, you will be prudent. You will be wise. You will be subtle, cunning. In the spirit of truth. And in the wisdom of Yahweh Yahushai. Verse 33. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise. See, if you love to hear, you will receive the understanding. If you love to hear this wisdom of Yahweh Yahushai, you're going to receive the understanding. And if you bow your ear, meaning you give ear, you be attentive, you're going to be wise. This wisdom is going to make you wise. The Heavenly Father's wisdom is very much a benefit. It is good for you to have. It is good for your life, quite literally. It'll keep you alive. It makes you alive spiritually. And it'll keep you alive physically in this world, in this earth, on this earth, in this kingdom, in this wicked place we walk around in. This wisdom is good for you. Verse 34, it says, stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise. So you stand in the multitude of the elders. You stand in the multitude of your teachers and cleave unto the ones that are wise, that have this understanding, that know what's going on, that can break down deep things to you about the scriptures. You cleave unto them. You hold close to them. You stay close to them. You walk and you study under their tutelage. Verse 35, it says, be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding escape thee. Be willing to hear every godly, every righteous discourse, speaking of wise men speaking amongst each other about the word of Yahweh Yahushua. Be willing to hear every godly discourse, and let not the parables of understanding of the Heavenly Father's word escape you. Don't let these flee from your heart, your la'ab, your mind. Verse 37. It says, let thy mind be upon Salakia, verse 36. And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door. See, when you find a man of understanding, you ask him questions. You get to him, you ask him questions for different things and understanding of the scriptures. And let your foot wear the steps of his doors, meaning constantly talk to him, constantly ask him questions about things you do not know, or maybe things you don't understand about the scriptures. That is how you gain wisdom. It just tell you in verse 34, stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise, and be willing to hear every godly discourse. And if you jump over here to Sirach chapter 8, it says, despise not the discourse of the wise, but acquaint thyself with their proverbs, Salakia, for out of them thou shalt learn instruction on how to serve great men with ease. See? Verse 9, miss not the discourse of the elders, for they also learned of their fathers, and of them thou shalt learn understanding. and to give answer as need requireth. See? You get unto the wise men. You don't miss the discourse of the elders. You be willing to hear every godly discourse. And don't despise do not despise the elders of the wise men's judgment, but acquaint yourself with their proverbs. Acquaint yourself with these scriptures of Yahweh Shai. Acquaint yourself with the words of the Most High, and you will learn instruction on how to serve great men with ease. And again, don't miss the discourse of the elders, for they also learn of their fathers. And of your elders you will learn the truth from them, and you will be able to give answer as need requireth. According to the scriptures, you will be able to produce wisdom or give out wise sayings to help your people. Now let's go back to Sirach chapter 6 and continue this last point. It says, let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord Yahweh, and meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thine own desire. See, let your mind be upon the ordinances. Let you always be thinking about the word of the Heavenly Father. Let it cross your mind. Let it go around in your la'ab. Let it circulate in your mind like the blood circulate through the veins in your body. Meditate continually in his commandments. He shall establish thine heart and give thee wisdom at thine own desire. The Heavenly Father will give you wisdom at your own desire. He will establish your heart. I got one more. I said that was the last one, but I got one more point, and this is going to be the last point. This is Proverbs chapter 16. Salakia. Let me find it first. This is Proverbs chapter 16, verse 3. It says, commit thy works unto the Lord Yahweh, and thy thoughts shall be established. You commit your works, your actions, your doings unto the Heavenly Father, and he will establish your thoughts, your thought process. Your mind will always be upon righteousness and wisdom and on the Heavenly Father and what you can do to be right in his eyes. Shalom.